first, and then wow, this is all garbage. Why, what, how, why am I having to filter all this stuff out again? Get out of here. US only. USA. Yeah, I'm just kidding. CNY. You seen that guy singing in the airport? Everybody. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so tomorrow we do have Fed Chair Powell speaking, Jolt's job openings. The 3rd, ooh, we do have some data, so fuck earnings. We got the juice here. ADP non-farm employment change, so that'll be fun to swing into. Sheesh. We ripped hard today. Hopefully this is just going to add fuel to that fire, finishing the week strong with average hourly earnings. This could be fun. I'm excited. That's good. That's a good thing. I like that a lot because I was a little disappointed with the
What's
earnings.
going into next week? Anything?
Shit.
Nah.
Shit. We have a short week next week, y'all? Or did I just?
No. Yeah, you just
yeah.
fucked it up.
Yeah, I'm just broken. That's fine.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, so pretty excited. Actually, we have I would say the next couple, and it's the beginning of the month. It's always like that, but we do have a nice chunk of data here to kind of give us some fuel. So anyway, moving forward, guys, this is for tomorrow. Fed Chair 9:30, right at the fucking bell. Beautiful. I don't even think I remember. I think only a couple of times that's happened. That's pretty crazy, actually. Jolt's job openings coming in at 10. So I'm pretty excited. Obviously, hedges, hopefully, if you guys swung overnight. But other than that, earnings whisper is trash. And just to really quickly, since I am recording again, we took Tesla today because of the punchback or the open on top of cost basis. We also had a lower time frame 4-hour box here with a cost basis of around 202.50. Both of those broke, triggering a move to the cost basis up above us on the 4-hour at 212.50. We did end up wicking up to 213. So we're now looking for 2 extra punchbacks here and here to give us the move to 227. So all right, what'd you say?
230.
Yeah, 230. Sorry. Same thing. I'm rounding. All right. So if you guys have any requests, please drop it in live trading, not the chat, Mostafa. And if anybody,
look at CLSK if you get a chance.
Hey, I'm gonna temporarily grant you. I don't know. It feels scary actually. I need you to help me unmute people.
Yeah, Cade, I've been watching that CLSK too, bro. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Cade, will you unmute anybody if they ask? Y'all don't type in here.
You asked me if I can unmute him? Are you an ass? Are you being an asshole?
No. I just gave you unmute. Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I'm on it, bro.
Okay.
He's giving you temporary status, so don't get excited.
We'll see what he
It's
does.
just like
It's a test. All right, let's keep moving. All right, if you guys have any questions or requests, please put them in the live trading chat. CRM is the first request that we have here. I'm going to try and give you, since we're just us, I'm trying to give you a nice step down breakdown here. Man, it's really tempting to cut through that wick. I'll do it for a second, see what it tastes like. All right. Okay, so that's pretty clear, I think. You still have a lot of empty space. You got a floor up above you right here. And very good. Yo, whoever took this trade, you are now sitting at that, and I think we talked about this. I deleted my chart the last time that we did this, but we did have a nice box. And you are sitting at your old cost basis, right? It is actually something that you only moved through once. So stopping here, maybe a little retest, right? So we can kind of derive about also a nice, perfect, right? Perfect little setup there. Now this is not a punchback, right? Because it's not climbing back into a box. We're just looking at previous levels within that area. It's also the 50% mark between this floor and that floor. Okay, so obviously if we are looking north, this would be the box that we're looking to recover with a floor right around that 268 punchback at around 274. I think you would end up probably moving CRM into this upper box here. Stepping down to the 4 hour. Obviously, we know why we're stopping and where we're at, so we can start moving things around. We have empty space underneath us. We currently have built a box here with 259.65 and 253.13 as the area of consolidation. Again, empty space underneath you, right? Save for the floor that you have reclaimed. So I would be watching that floor around 250, basically 249.50. And let me double check on my floor here. There it is, 247.50. Those two floors right there, I'd be watching for a little bounce pullback, otherwise 245. So a break to the upside, which I mean, this is obvious, 259.84. We'll take one more step down here to the hourly. Maybe we can get a little bit more insight on what's going on here. So I'm not really seeing it a super apparent downtrend forming, like a big wick up here and then kind of a decline there. Doesn't mean that it doesn't exist or is not trying to form. It's just not currently super present. So looking at this one, I could see a dip outside of that box into those lows. Hopefully you build it. And that's what I would be looking for here. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I say on the next tap, 253.17 on the hourly and 259.80. And then if it moves, right, if you move and we do retrace down here, maybe forming that channel that I'm talking about, then we have something to punch back through and good targets up ahead. Cool.
Hey, Gary, real quick, do you mind a quick second?
Quit yelling at me, dude. Yeah, what's up?
All right, on CRM. So on the daily, it does show the gap, but I know I asked you about that too again as well. You said like you used to hold that 257, 258 area. I took in the gap. I still have half of my contract, but what's your understanding on gaps, or how you go about the gap part, or you just try it all day?
I sometimes don't even know that there is a gap until somebody points it out. You know what I mean? Like I really don't, like, because I don't look at the daily, I don't see, and the only time I'm really looking at, there are gaps with my strategy or with the 24 hour, like there's gaps right here. Those always get filled. Those always get filled. Like I haven't tested this, but almost 100% of the time, these are getting filled. So with that being said, we have more gaps up, right? That's what you're talking about, because this is all afterward. I say 267.61, bro, is the straightforward target up above you. And I mean, the only, let's see, is there 50? Yeah, I mean, I would actually do this.
Yeah, because I had for the final for the gap at 268.2, but I'm short.
So look at that. You have a box, or maybe no. Yeah, so I would say there's a box here, and then you have two wicks coming off of 259.58. So I mean, honestly, man, I feel like this one's just let it cook. And now that I'm down here on the 15, I also have a really sweet channel I would incorporate as well. Oof, nice. Yeah. So honestly, tomorrow, bro, I'd be looking for a pop up to that 263, 262, some change. At least that's a lower time frame setup there. Hold on a second. Let me clean that up.
Okay. I just brought it up because when I took the Netflix play, it was the same thing for the gap. I mean, I was following my charts and everything, but the way Netflix moved.
Gaps are empty space, and empty space is gaps, you know, a lot of the time. So, I mean, I wouldn't overthink it, you know. Just
perfect.
Keep trading through that space, so.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. All right, folks. So, yeah, CRM.
CLSK.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one's honestly, I've already done this one 100 times now. Monthly is really what I was looking at again. And you have, I mean, come off of the same floor. Doesn't seem like there's like a really quite yet a repeated target here to the downside. But this is a consecutive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months in consolidation, and we don't even really have enough data to kind of go look at like what a break point would be for us. But the weekly, I think, gives us a better understanding of exactly what the dynamic here is. So yeah, it is extremely wound, and currently, I mean, no signal has been given yet. You're still chopping. You've got mad wicks up above you. You've got mad wicks down below you. I would say, obviously sellers trying to step up on this one a little bit more aggressively. You have the potential for a downtrend after the last a couple weeks ago that is building here. So I think definitely a possibility for more consolidation. But I mean, I honestly can't say much more than that. Maybe you take a kind of a leap straddle if it's cheap enough. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I also had a channel built on this one for the lows. I hate having to do that though. It feels so sketchy. Yeah, so I mean, like, there's upside and there's downside potential. 30 up, empty space is $8.75 down. So I mean, shit. While there's no signal there, I can't, definitively say it is coiled up, but I don't know where it's going. Well, let's see. Look at the 4 hour. Yeah, just like I mean, honestly, this is where it gets even worse. Is when you're in range. Yeah, now you've got a box. It did punch through today. Nice 2 hour punch through, gapped up on the floor, punch through. Looks like you got some empty space down here, so maybe another run up into this $20 mark. But yeah, man, I wish I could give you a better rundown on this one. Just doesn't have.
I don't know if it's
whatever
just
gives
me
it
or not, but
volume.
I like these when they're wound up like that on the higher time frames. Sometimes, well,
it's just a matter
like
of
these.
waiting.
It's a shot in the dark. It really is. But finding the lower time frame start to
I think you're
give
gonna
you
get
a heads up.
I think you're gonna get a move. I don't think that's a question. Hey Coco, I need to kind of move up here.
It's almost like you have to chart it backwards, whereas we usually take higher to lower time frames. On this one, we already know what the higher time frames are. They're all bunched up. And then you start seeing some breaks on the lower time frames, and that's where you can start taking, speculative entries.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you could find something out to like January of next year for $5 a piece.
And that's usually where you can find stuff cheap, is when it's bunched up like this.
Yeah, I mean, and I know it sounds ridiculous, but like on something like that, if you can, and this is right now fantasy land because I don't see it, right? Please stop, Coco. But if you could find a contract that costs $2 to $5, I mean, what's putting $250 for people with our accounts, or even if you have a smaller ish account, I wouldn't. When you need to make money now and you're trying to build an account, these things, right, can serve as, I mean, I was literally going to say drains for your account. You're just going to see sitting there waiting. One thing I will say is on the 2 hour, that's a thing. So that's more attractive to go and fill that up and hit 2262. So I mean, yeah. But if you can find something that like that, then fuck yeah. I would throw $250, $300 at each side, $600, long expiration. Don't talk to me until someone says, "Hey, did you see what CleanSpark did this morning?"
Yep, that's usually when it happens. It's usually These are the type of plays I get into longer count and just let it rip. I mean, just let it sit and cook.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
All right, appreciate it, bro.
No problem. STZ Mostafa, good to see you in here finally, man. 24-hour time frame.
That's the one that has earnings this week.
That's right. Okay, so let's see if we can see something. Now, first of all, I want to do one thing. What do you think we're doing here, guys? What are we gonna do if we're going in earnings? What's the first thing that we want to observe? It's an earnings setup. Anybody got the answer? Well, what would...
We want to look what's happened in past times when we've had
There it
earnings.
is. Look at that, Lori. Swish.
You're welcome.
Buckets. Right, so how does it perform on previous earnings? So we can do that pretty easily. Earnings, a little bit. Earnings, dumpy. Now how much? 250 down to 241. $9 drop. Cool. No bueno. No bueno. Some bueno. Not guano. 210.22. It mostly dumps on earnings. Dump. Little rip. So the risk to reward would have to be beautiful. Because as a general rule of thumb, I don't even know what the hell happened there, but as a general rule of thumb, yeah, this thing is.
COVID really put a hurting on them.
What do they do?
A lot of they're a brewery, and I think they were starting to get into the cannabis industry, but a lot of the breweries and stuff in Colorado closed down in 2020. So like put a hurting, and they were basically trying to give away shit.
Damn.
Their beer, wine, and a bunch of other stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this nothing. If you handed this to me on a platter and asked me to try it, I'd be like, no thanks. So I mean, not for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, COVID definitely slapped them in the ass. I would go in, you know what? When charts look like this, I go quantitative. Sounds like some fucking Magic School Bus shit, but...
Inspector Gadget ass.
Yeah, right? But, I mean, I would start looking at what are we doing insider-wise? Are insiders dumping shares? Are they buying shares? Is it ridiculous amounts? So, all right. Got hand W. You guys hear me okay, mic check?
Check Mike.
Got you.
Yep.
All right. Pan W. Pretty good play there. Okay. Weekly floor. Daily floor. Still some more juice left in that. Okay, 24-hour looking good. Moves like pond water though. Yeah, it's starting to show that sideways. I'd be careful about taking lower time frame breaks out of this. I'd want a candle secured on a higher time frame. What are we holding? Clearly that's the 336.50. Let's go to the hourly. There it is. Got it. Yeah, we're gonna go with. I mean, looks like 244.85. I'm not too. I think that's probably the best bet right there. But I mean, honestly, it doesn't look bad to pop out tomorrow. It's kind of like cuddle here. I think actually what you can do is look on the 2 hour. Let's go to the hourly. This kind of looks like it's going to try and punch back. Look at that. So now that's accurate. 339.50 floor. There's a floor underneath you, but that's a floor to know whether or not you're going to punch. Cost base is 240. You can wick that too. So I would want to be in at 242.31. So that way, if you do hit this and then get pulled back in, you have plenty of chances to like get out. It's cool. I don't know. Tibble's looking at it, so I think we should probably look at it. My God. So actually, this one, Snow. I did set alerts on this one. Not exactly sure what happened to those, but perfect punchback. And I remember talking about this and saying, I remember writing it down. I've given up on trying to catch everything, but, and I had a great day. It's crazy how you'll have a great day and then look at something else and feel FOMO. But it's just because you knew it was going to happen, you wanted to be a part of it. So you just either get over it, or it fucks with you. But 2 punchbacks, right? I do think this wick is of some significance, that 142 mark. And I mean, really, there is no fucking green candles on this thing until you get to like 140, 154. But there is a series of floors on the 24-hour that I think you guys should be watching for. One of them is going to be 145, 146 area. I like 146.07. And then the second one's going to be right about there, and that's that 154 I was just talking about. So that's what I'll be watching for on this one. It honestly looks really good. Yeah, 144, 145. I think it's going to be a big mark for that one. All right. See if there's anything else. Weekly. Yeah, so I skipped that one. Weekly floor is 140. Yeah, come on, dude. That's money. So if you come up with 24-hour analysis, this is why we do top down. And it lines up, 145.50 is the weekly floor. You will. Weekly floors, you're going to react. You're going to react. So now it's not the cleanest having only one bounce off the floor, but 154.20, and then I mean, maybe this has great potential here. I don't know, Berkshire's in it. Those dogs. Cool. All right. Tupperware. Oh God, here we go. Here we go. What's the short volume on that thing? Weekly, not showing anything. Keep it moving. Whatever that was, trashed. Wow. That's what you tapped. You blew past it a little bit, but you got pulled back underneath it. Man, charts like this just, I don't know. They're analysis vampires, dude. Punchback, yeah, maybe. Wall 235. I mean, the wall right now is here. You've hit it 3 times. So my thoughts are, you're wicking up here. You're gonna fall. I think you're gonna fall. What are you sitting on top of? Don't sit on that no more. Get off my couch. There it is. So 116, 107. Maybe you bounce there. And I think if just for you, you might be able to nab a channel on that one. But all right. Tupperware, where? AMT, what the? Oh shit, that's a lot. Better speed this motherfucker up. All right, weekly, AMT, American Love, Tower. Wow, the chart was cutting it off. Rewind it back when you watch it on YouTube. You'll see. All right, let's see. Let's start with the weekly, top down, downtrend. So we start from the top down. Like a fucking breath of fresh air. I love that. Now, we're looking for a second high, right? There's something brewing. Beautiful. Bring that back. So uptrend from the bottom, right? Like so. Now I can get deeper with this. What? Oh, wow. But they didn't even call you? Alright, you need to call them, because I'm about to go down there and steal one of their cars. That's going on YouTube. Okay. I have a car in the shop right now, and this is taking a long time. I could have built a car out of clay. Like a dreidel. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Anyway.
You're fired.
I know. Alright, so I see a little downtrend, but that's incomplete. So we'll move on. Right? We'll move on. We don't need to keep it brewing. I see a maybe box. I see 3 taps off the top. Bottom. I think it's bad. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah. So I really have enough information right now. I'm gonna move down. Now I got information. See how I get you get to a stopping place at the weekly, which gives you the highest time frame. You want to derive a simple answer from it. Uppy, up or down, right? Where are we going? Where's the overall trend? Now we can see somewhat. Oh, damn. We can see that. Now, this shit looks fucking good. It looks good. We got a little floor under here. Sheesh, right?
You're welcome.
Actually, I don't like this anymore. Get rid of it.
What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, kid. Where do you think this is going? Ask that kid where he thinks this is going. 197.80, right? I see that as a mark. I do see the candle closes being a little bit lower, but consistent hits off of that 198. So really nice that you're in consolidation. I do see empty space up above you, small box, every box, guys. And listen, I know a lot of you are new. You're gonna start doing shit like this, right? And you're gonna see it react, and you're like, oh, that's it. It's over with. Gassed out. Don't need it anymore. Price action to the left is all I care about. So right now, the only relevant things to me are here, right? Maybe on a lower time frame in there and there, but this floor, because I think if we lose that 190.50, I think we come back down to 183. And then what's up above us, right? Which is the 204.55, 206.19, and then I would even go as far as to say there's a box here. All right, not a super clear chart. Well, it is clearer, right? But now we can go ahead and start doing a couple more little cool things here. So now this chart just calls for more analysis. So we're gonna have to give it that. Okay, little channel there. So now we know uptrend. We're done, guys. Now I'm gonna warn you. I don't want you to be scared. Take your trade, right? As long as you have a good stop loss, you're good. But this is at the, and I like to use the word precipice, but that refers to down, like a cliff. Potentially, you have empty space underneath you, a clear target of 183, so you can wick down. But if you take a lower time frame trade and it wicks down, make sure you stick to your stop loss, because if that thing gets yipped back up, and how is that going to happen? Right? I present to you AMD. Right? What happened today? Now, it didn't go all the way back up. And we nabbed that second bounce on there. The first one did not work. The second one did work. But same thing, right? How you dump. If you dump like that, I'm more tempted to take it back up. I can't tell you how many people try and catch these things here. Even that wick will blow them out of the water, and then you somehow still end up with a losing trade. But I'd rather catch the bounce on something that's falling like that. And personally, AMD 5-minute, sheesh, I think it was great. But anyway, yeah, I think it's a really interesting chart on AMT. Mic check. Okay, we're good. I'm checking the recording, guys. So anyway, I think this is a really good chart. I think it probably calls for a little bit, obviously a dive deep, a little bit lower here, 4 hour. Now we can start to see, again, we're looking for another layer of clarity. Organize your notes, folks. If you're doing this stuff weekly, simple answer, right? Current, if you can only derive that it's in an uptrend, write it down, right? Consolidated, 24 hour, boxed up, on lower time frame uptrend and higher time frame downtrend, right? 4 hour, consolidated with a Potter box up above at 199.38 breakpoint, and that's what I would be looking at here. Empty space up to that 204.66. So, all right, Chewy. Lore. That makes sense, right? Now, what business does this motherfucker have coming in fucking just trying to talk about Chewy? Well, I'm on the 4 hour here, sorry, weekly. All right, so let's get a couple of things down. Bat, right? You wicked up. You basically, I don't. That's definitely not cost basis.
There's a problem with Discord. It's gonna put me on. They're gonna hear everything. They're gonna hear everything.
Oh yeah, we hear everything, dude. You're good, brother. If you need to be muted, just ask in the chat, and I think Kate will get you. I don't know. Wick.
I got you, boss.
Do the empty space. We don't really have much left. And you know what? Hold on 1 second. Let me see something here. There's no way in hell. That's awful close. Now, what if I do this? Like I wanted to. Are the wicks coming off the same exact point? Yeah, I can't give that. I can't deny that. So I think a couple of things are really important here, and this is a great example of what I talk about with rock climbing. You tried to grab a ledge, you had multiple to grab on, you slipped, you fell, and the candle literally opened under. Now, what's below you? You have this 248 or 2484, excuse me, sorry, level underneath you. So we'll move down here, and now, right, this reveals more empty space underneath us. So currently you're punching down through a lower time frame. I say 2401 is going to be 1, but not to mention that this is also breaking back into that box. So whenever you leave, right, it's almost like I use the example of like quicksand. Once you fall into an area that these are base camp, right? So if you were to, avalanche captures you and blows you past base camp, you're probably going to go back down to the next one. And so you've dipped into the one below you, so there's definitely a chance of triggering Chewy to move it down into the next one, which I see, 2280 here on a lower time frame. I also see that institutions, which again run my system. I'm just kidding. But look, you can already see them starting to formulate here a little bit. So I see more downside a little bit there. Personally, you might curl back up just to, so again, as a seller, you also left out empty space there. It could be advantageous for them to catch a quick bounce, and somewhere above, yeah, I'd say right here even, but $27, you could go back up. I think you will eventually tap this, pull in more liquidity before eventually, maybe I would say go down, because you listen, with a lot of times like NVIDIA, one of the reasons why people would be like, yo, are you short NVIDIA? It's dropping. And I'll say no, is because how they set things up. Like they'll build a box on NVIDIA, like 2 weeks straight will just sit sideways, and then it will fall, and it will free fall. But it's set up structure above us. When you don't have structure, that's when I'm less likely to take something, or less likely to hop on something. That is empty space. So the only way that you get past these things is with pure, unadulterated volume. Seriously, like that's it. Like that's about it. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on Chewy right there. So, Riot. Well, damn. All right, so let's get a feel for everything. Now this one has some outstanding potential. Everybody should have this on their watch list. Everybody should be setting alerts. This is one of those things where you are a part of, I would say, a pretty rare community where we only use one thing, right? I know a lot of you guys use other things, and that's cool. But the core is one thing. So if it looks good to one, it should look good to all, right? For the most part, different levels of education might have different opinions on that. But this, I'm not, and just looking at it, right, it gives out a couple of different vibes, if you will. That doesn't come from over there. So, a couple of things here. One, the channel's clean. And the channel, tap, 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 right? That's 3. Sellers have got the ball in their court. They're doing their thing. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're stepping up. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. But somehow, buyers are stepping off of these incredible, like, look at this wick. That's clearly the low there, right? So they're stepping up off of these, like, I would say, yeah, really like thin floors. So this is what's going to lead. Now at this point, right, the analysis is kind of set. This is our floor. Under that floor is 786, and I mean, honestly, this calls for interesting. So I don't want to give it that wick, but I would say 713 and 650. So 650 down, and then punching through. I think this one can go and get a good hand off to like 1480, $15. Punch, punch, punch. You know, maybe a wick out into a little bit more. 4 hour. See if we can find something agreeable. Floor is intact, is clear, is a box. Okay, so I mean, this is one of those situations, folks, where it literally is just do your, like, you get hired for a job. Your job, I'm your boss, and I say, when this 1077 little mark gets broken, you're gonna buy, or you're gonna be in this position here, and then you're gonna look to take it into that 1225 here. And if that plays out, then we should be looking at a move into the 1430s and 1475s. You know, maybe even a little bit more looking at this chart. I would say 1560 would be a runner target. But outside of 1130, right? And this is we just had that same scenario on Tesla. This is Tesla, right? So 1080 punchback leads us out of the big box into the cost basis above, up to the floor. Set your alerts.
Is this similar to that Mara play that I missed that y'all took?
Um,
Set up. I can't remember.
Mara, it was about as clean as a chart can get. I mean, that setup was, this was literally, not that I didn't enter this enough, but if I ever see a setup as clear as that again, which I still see setups that are get close and I still hammer them, but if I see something that looks like that with that much empty space and knowing it has volume like that, I mean, I'm about to pull the fucking trigger, bring the hammer fucking down on Tesla, like I did a couple of years ago, or like I do almost every year. Actually, it's kind of nice.
Both, bro.
Dude, it's kind of funny. I just thought about that. Every single year, at least once a year, I pulled a big trigger on Tesla, and it is always.
I was telling everybody that earlier. That that this is setting up the same way as we took it the last time.
Yeah, it is. It's actually, it is. It feels very familiar. But you had a box, you had that empty space, and I think one thing that's really cool is that you actually can look at Mara today, right? Let's see, candle. Look at the candle open outside of the lower time frame box, 1068. So we have a flat target of 23 that needs to be broken, and then a next target right here of 2474. And I look at that because I want to see, does Riot and Mara mirror each other? I'm going to do one last thing here. Now that looks wicked, dude. It's wicked. Whoo! This one screams different things. I would even give that a box. But damn, is that not a floor? Man, I'd be looking for a candle open under that floor. Candle open under that floor, y'all. Let's see. Crossing up, crossing down, greater than, less than, opening. I wish it was opening. That would be nice. But anyway, I'm at this point, folks, 885 up. You're consolidated on the floor. You can get another run up here. I mean, I mean, I guess it's just lie in wait. And you know what's interesting too is you can actually look sideways. Right there. That $12 mark. Right here you leave. Here you leave. So, all right, cool. Trying to give you guys some decent analysis. Not that I give you shitty analysis, but I'm trying to get some in-depth shit here. All right, so you did punch back last time, but who's scraping their desk? RJ, your mic is open, my brother. All right, so shit. So actually, hold on, we're gonna change this up. Boom, bada bing. I think one Italian person gets sick with COVID every time I say that. I'll never say it again. Okay, so weekly, you're trying to get back outside of that floor, right here. You're trying. 98.19. So that's it. That's it. I'm not gonna fucking try and pull it. So this is where I hear sometimes even you guys do this on Sunday charting. Y'all get stuck on charts that don't have a setup. You know, not all the time. I think most of the time you guys have a really good watch list, but sometimes there's charts. So let's move down here. 24-hour. Beautiful. Okay, starting to set up a little bit more. Let's see if we can't nab a floor here. So we are currently looking for 97.32 to get reclaimed and $100.25. This is a great setup. A great setup. It just needs volume. I don't know what this kind of actually looks like a volume setup. And what I mean by that is it sometimes you'll actually see setups that look like, I mean, they literally almost like Mara, you know, or I think we've had, and it's crazy too because I don't say that a lot, but typically when I see those type of things, it's like news ends up coming. Meta was one of the craziest ones, but I literally was like about to, I literally took puts and said, this thing's about to get news. I could feel it. And I think it was in like 15 minutes we got news. But anyway, yeah, I think punch through here. You have a box down below you to keep as a signal, double signal to the downside. But inevitable 97.40 seems like the next target here. So I use the Voldemort circle strategy. That's crazy. Johnny, I'm trying to get Me6 to send a YouTube video to everybody's DMs with the Discord like guide. You know what? At this fucking point, I'm not even lying to you. I'm about to like do that AI video shit. But have an AI version of me just making all these like fact videos for me. All right, yeah. So that's OKTA. All right, what do we have next? I'm gonna try to speed it up here. You've got a mad wig, okay, weirdo. S. Yeah. So this one, weekly floor. No. Cost basis. Weekly cost basis is reacting, so watch for a bounce off of $20 on SentinelOne. But I mean, this one remains clear. It's fine, Peyton. I have Crisp on. Let them do their thing. My my kids are being loud. That's why I got Crisp. Yeah, so $20 bounce would need, that's where you got to hang on. Rock climbing mentality. You rejected a previous cost basis. I'd be looking for a punch through that 2140 to lead you through 2220. I think this setup looks really good. Little weird. But let's go to the weekly really quick. Yeah, $20 is the floor. You must owe 20. I'd be looking for a bounce off of 20 personally. And then I think you still get that empty space. And then one thing that kind of stands out to me is how well this thing, I mean, it really did bounce and pull itself up out of there. So watch 2180. But yeah, I think this one's a slow mover. Just let it cook. See if we can see a monthly channel here before I move on. Terrible. Absolutely horrendous. A lot of the times there's not going to be one. I look for context clues. See, I don't like that because I don't see any uniformity. But I do like that. I would like this better. Now that I rock with. It's not perfect, but and the monthly says you got to retest this, and you're going to do it when you leave $28. So you're on your way. Yeah, 23. All right, 23, 21. Hood. Here, a lot of people talking about Hood. 24-hour. Let's go to the weekly really quick. Weekly chart. Don't like that. I want a fine trend. I know it's in there. I'll go to the 24. Okay, I think I did. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so let's look. Okay, makes sense. You could just open up like at 2316, so clearance over 2340 hourly. Oh, perfect. See, this is where shit gets. See, when you do top-down analysis, it literally makes shit so fucking clear. Look at this. There. Now you have something to react to. I get like a warm, fuzzy feeling whenever shit like that sets up. Like, ah. Yeah, look, and then you have a cost basis up above 2320. 2320. Break, take your shot. Downside. That was a punchback. So 2177.
Didn't pick up.
Huh?
I didn't return my call, so I'm gonna she's gonna avoid everything.
Gotta let her go, Juan. Alright. Damn, dude. I feel like I'm on TikTok live right now. That's good. Invex. Well, that was accurate, huh? Yeah, so you're honestly, and I hate when I have to. I mean, it is what it is. Wick. You did retrace into like the 50% mark in between those two wicks, and you got pulled back down. So that's just to start the week off. So sellers stepping up like that, honestly, is probably not a great sign if you're a buyer. So let's go ahead and do this. I can actually. Okay, so right now you are looking for a 24-hour close on 1360, and then underneath us, I think it's really very clear that 1250 lost would give you access to this empty space underneath. You have a large wick coming off of 1128, which I would venture to guess is, yep, a retest level, and if that is lost, ultimate target here. So target 3, and it actually sets up to be a perfect box. I love when that happens because it just turns the mechanics up to 1,000. Yeah, so 1128 and 1010. mRNA. Pixie Venom. Oh, you know what I didn't realize? It don't matter. It don't matter. 24-hour 21. Coco. You are nearing support, my friend. The only one you have. Yeah, so you got a confluence between 115.50 area-ish. Yeah, so now when you move... See, this is... I love this shit. So this is why you stopped today. Now, the bounce and the reaction wasn't really great. So now, look north or south, 112.94 bounce is the potential that is the next leg down. Now, also, you have verification that 118.15 is a lower time frame level that needs to be recovered to give you access to that empty space that is up above you. So we're going to go to the 4-hour now. And beautiful channel, I'm not ignoring that. Now that has potential. You better trade that motherfucker and let me know how it slaps, because I feel like if you're just patient enough on this one, you could slap the dog shit out of that one. Probably give yourself some time. 118.60 is going to be a lower time frame level. I love this shit. I really do. This shit is so, it's just easy to teach when you're not fucking pulling indicators out of your ass. It's just like showing people the mechanics on a car. Like, look what it is I can do. 115.60. So I can see the wick there. I can see the candle trying to hold up. So I think 116, 119 area is going to be really nice. 4-hour candle close. 1 hour setup is It's giving Sigma. Floor 118, 120.67, 123.18. What the Sigma? All right, Roku. Now listen,
Roku's my boy.
listen, that shit. I'm still astounded that I made that much money off of literally enough. And I know you do this, Cade, where you take a position, but it's like not enough money for you to like you forget about it. You know, like half the tools that I spent $100 on.
Bro, I did it on PSLL. I spent literally like $25 and I made 750.
Yeah, that one was I put $150 in and I made $1,500. Fucking
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, absolutely nutty. And that's
If
what
you can
happens
do
when
it
you
without
have
no emotion and just hold it, and seriously, don't fuck with it because it's money that you've already put out in your.
yeah.
Those are the best trades.
And it's calm. Yeah, that's when you can't have one contract. A lot of motherfuckers are still waiting on that moment in their trading career where they stop buying one thing.
They're buying one contract of
that
Tesla
lets you-
and
yeah.
get murdered.
Yeah, that lets you know, and you're just bleeding your account slow motion. And then market makers will eat your account fast or slow. They don't care. They like it both ways. They're freaky. Yeah, I would stop doing that. It's a sign that you are not doing the right thing. I honestly, this analysis speaks for itself, my guy. Yeah, I think you know this just as well as I do. That 64 needs to break here. You got some wickage up there. You got a field fucking day of empty space. You have a channel here to the downside. That's looking pretty delicioso. Yum, 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 yum. You've got a Potter box right here. That's looking pretty juicy as well. 66.30 break. And you've got a 50% mark. I would say around 75. So let's do this. Let's see if I'm just making shit up here. Nope, I'm not. Damn. Let me cook. So yeah, I would say 75, maybe a little bit up in that 77 trajectory. Remember, movement-wise, it's gonna take a second. Maybe, but this is the punch back, empty space up above, channel to the downside. This one's on the watch list for that small account because honestly, this thing could get crazy. I might, if this sets up right, I could probably buy close to 200 to 300 contracts on something like that and still stay within like a quarter of my risk. I'd be totally like not like all of it, but like of what I take on a position. Yeah, I could. Roku's one of them ones, and the reason that you get paid so well on these is because there is no volume in them. And the volume. Look, this is the reason that we like to also come in on stocks after they've done this type of bullshit. When they clear setup and start doing their thing, you get empty space, you get boxes like here, and not to mention here. This is a double punch back, by the way. Are about to turn into a double punch back, but you drain the volume, or rather the liquidity out of these contracts. You're literally, I mean, this is where like iron condors, would fucking be beautiful. I actually think if one day, and trust me, I'll probably be old as fuck when I do this shit. But I might do like a covered call, like how to use my strategy for covered calls, because I've thought about it a lot. Why? I don't know, because I don't think I'll ever fucking do that. I mean, the only reason that I would do that is if I was having, holding a heavy equity position. I'm gonna strike my cocoa. Yeah, I mean, once you find a range like that, first candle that opens outside the range, get rid of those positions. So. Index mRNA Roku dash. Dash. 100 mile something. I forgot the line. Now it's just gonna bother me. one could be fucking spooky. There's new people are like going to the vocabulary section to look for the definition of spooky. It's not in there. Calm down. Yeah, so we're bouncing off a cost basis. This is the third fucking time. Now I'm gonna do some shit here. Let me cook. So there's actually two separate boxes. If I'm not mistaken, they are. That's tough. It's hard to locate, especially if you're new. Most people are gonna box that all up in one. You'll start to see that when you start to look at what makes up the contents of this box. Why, where, how, right? Is that floor just holding itself up? So 1, and then you guessed it, 2. So what you want to talk about? Something pops this bit. Sorry, this thing wide open. I mean, this shit is gonna get popped. And right now the strength is to the downside, but they're not doing their job. Their job is to make sure that you continue moving lower and you move into this 203 area. So I looking at this right now, y'all, I personally think that I would be looking for a candle close above 110, and or a leg down to go touch this. Maybe $100. I think there's an $8 drop priced in below those wicks. But I mean, I know this sounds kind of stupid, but like all the candles keep getting pulled up, and these candles do not. So that's one thing that is worth noticing here. But if they could secure that 110 punch, I mean, that's a beautiful setup. So I think for right now, alert. 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 Alright. CJ took a small position for a close. Of course you did. So I'm gonna give you a $1 million trade. No, this one's.
Bro, I just left you talking. I just left you talking through my phone on the self-checkout line at Walmart.
Did I say something?
No, but the lady's like, your phone was talking. Back in there, she found me.
Interesting.
So you were giving advice to Walmart employees.
I hope they take it. This is not advice.
Probably not.
Just telling you what I think. 133 is the top. Right now you got a clear floor at 123. So like a $10 range. I think you might start chopping within there. But I think clarity really starts to pop out here. Now I'm gonna do a little something to double check myself. So this channel should be this channel. So I'm using the innards. Again, this is like master level charting, I think, if you were to put a label on it. Channel like that, obviously, maybe there's the potential here. I don't typically go for that, and I don't see a ton of confluence in it. So I think it's probably better to leave that alone for now. But beautiful box bounce there. You did recover the floor at the end of the day. So either A, this might be your box actually. So I would be looking for 125 break. So that would give you a flat target, no box of 129.60. And that is what inevitably will give you, so on a lower time frame. Yeah, perfect. So maybe a 129.50 punch back, you get that empty space, and then you can start aiming for that box. That's sweet right there. So if this plays out correctly, we do something really quick. See, it feels weird. We don't even have a second bounce because we could dump. I mean, right now we have, and that's on every pullback. You get to those break points, right? And it's like underneath this we could dump. That's all good and well, but yeah. So right now we would have a leg down to 111. I'm gonna do a little experiment here. And this is the weird shit. Like I'm not scared to be wrong. This is that weird shit. Now, I'm gonna leave that there so I can brag if it works out, but I don't have a really good downtrend channel, so I'm trying to find one. And the reason that I just did that, by the way, again, pure projection, is because if it does lay down, it would lay down to this cost basis. That would be the first area that we could start anticipating an actual real big bounce, just like we did on AMD today. All right, that one's a little bit, that one's clear-ish, but again, you have a double punch back up above you, so you're triggered. And then the cool thing is too here, is this would actually be considered a box. So watch a 120 to 18 bounce. Tomorrow, if that fails and you lose that floor, you have a target. So this is one of those setups where you just wait, be patient. Entry 1, entry 2, right? Target 1, and then target 2, 136. I swear to God, every time I play gas, nothing happens. I swear. Every time I play, I've actually learned to stay away from gas. Yeah, so this one, look, 24 weekly looks pretty interesting. 24 hours shows you, peak. Hey. My mouth is absurdly dry right now. I can taste the moisture in the air right now. Actually, you can't taste if your mouth is dry. You just open it for me? You just let the air out on it? I see you. No, Paige just half opened this root beer. She would left it open, but left the lid on it just so that it'd be flat when I open it. That's crazy, dude. Diabolical. I need somebody to rescue me. Do I look rescuable? Wow, okay. I felt so good about myself thinking paid. Like the what is it? The jar. Always let your man open the jar of mayonnaise. Don't do that shit for me. Unless I'm like 90, got Alzheimer's or something. Alright, anyway. Let's see here. This actually looks pretty good. You did leave a gap underneath you, but pushing past that mark, I mean, you have a clear target of 65.22. The channel. Hold on, I got something. The channel. The fucking channel. $64.77 and $70. That's a good looking fucking channel. Call me back when this shit fucking slaps. See, one day we're gonna assemble a team. I'm gonna hire from the people who came from this Discord. I'm gonna hire Lori. She's gonna be my risk management team.
You gonna hire me, buddy?
Nope.
We'll be on separate teams. It's okay.
You're gonna be in charge of making sure the water jug is filled. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not fucking with you.
Whatever makes me feel important
you
and needed.
You would be my small caps.
Yeah.
Small cap.
I'm not gonna lie. I already muted somebody, so.
You already muted somebody?
Yeah, I unserver muted them. I just did it for a minute.
Just to show your strength, or?
Well, they were making noises, and it does make me feel good to be back.
I was gonna say, Cade likes having the power back.
He does.
It's just the power. You're right. It's just fulfilling.
Target looks like it's gonna come back down to that floor for the third time. To be honest, if I'm being honest.
I actually like Target going to the downside. I had it below 145. I was gonna take it short.
You think I'd always be bullish on this thing? 145 is absolutely breakpoint.
Yeah,
absolutely. You got a wick off of 148 right here. It seems like you have the thinnest veil of a box. I mean, like literally. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for that tomorrow because it bounced off of that floor right before close, and then it just doesn't look strong.
I mean, yeah, it does need volume desperately. Here, let me see. I'm gonna run one more experiment.
I had 143.60, I think is what my first target would be to the downside, and then it gets even heavier.
I got 143 almost flat, right?
Yeah.
There's a small box down there.
Yeah, I charted that one up pretty good earlier. I was watching it. I almost took a short at close, but it still bounced off of it and it didn't close where I needed it to.
I don't even know if I'd take a short. I'd wait. I mean, if you did take a short, I'd be trying to hit 139, maybe even lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do a couple more here, guys. Which I think that's all we have left anyway. We'll go ahead and call it a night.
Nobody's asked me anything. I don't know. I had to look at the chat, but AA.
Actually, close that one out. I don't know. I haven't looked at it either. Actually, I have it in my TD Ameritrade. It's probably down terribly. I
have AAP?
No, I have AA, not AA.
I was about to say. I saw your chart and I was like, what? Did you mess that up or?
Yeah, this is the banker, buddy. Carrots lost it.
Yeah, AA is still trending above the 200 SMA too.
Garrett, I'm sorry. Did you do snow?
I did, yes. Didn't I? Yeah.
You're late.
No, it is recorded though, so I'll be posting this. Looks like if there is any floor, you're on the last little fucking bits of it. You did have a pretty strong level right here. That's 60-65 that you were bouncing off of. And then the floor above you is in 61-70. Again, ooh, hold on. Yeah. Hold up. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I see you. Ew, shit. Oh, that's fucked up. Close. Not good. No es bueno. Yeah, this shit looks like it's gonna come down to 57.80. Hopefully within the week you can get a bounce back up. I'll be utilizing this weekly box right here, punch back 64.66. It did look like it had the potential to kind of rip back up. If you look at it, it looks kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm not weeklies eh. But I mean, it looks good in its own right. But and then the floor here on the 24, the box extends itself. The floor right now above is 61.70. Like I said, cost base is 64.13, so that lines up. And then you got some not. So this is what I would describe as like not super clear, right? You do have some clarity in there, but it just does, everything's all over the place. But you do have empty space. So honestly, with the right expiration and the right bounce and the right attitude, I think this actually looks really good. Yeah, look at this channel. Channel looks fucking sick. Channel sick. Oh shit, yeah, you're falling too. I guess, let's look. What would be a confluential level here? 55.87 would be confluential, depending on how long it takes. Next day, right, 2 or 3 days, I can see 53.80, but yeah, that one looks a little short, my friend. Alright, almost done, guys. Alright, we got EXP. And then Unity and AVGO. SMCI, okay. Alright, now this one is in a box analysis. Box. I see potential in this one. I really do. I already see it. It's just it might take a minute to cook. There's something here. Something here. I don't mean to sound so mysterious, but this is a dark and mysterious chart. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There it is, right there. Shaka. All right. So slap that right there. So, oh yeah. Look at that shit. So watch that 206, 205. You got a box up above you. You got a box up above you. You got empty space up in there. You got a trend, which I think this trend's going to look a little bit better. I think this is kind of trash. Yeah, typically I'd like to include all of this somehow. Maybe, you know what? You know what? That's why. It's going to move down, I think, and it's going to hit that, and that's going to give that final second bounce there. So. Okay, cool. So when things are in boxes, my analysis is always wait for the box to break. But this is what you look like inside that box. So I could typically, inside of a box, break things down a little bit further. There's your box inside the box. So it is a 216.80, 218 breakout to give you a move up into this empty space above where there is gaps. Perfect. All right. Some good ass analysis tonight, guys. I think a lot of these charts look pretty good. Well, that was wrong. Who knows what I was talking about? Bring that down. That's my floor. Unity 1550 bounce. You're in a box. You're in a box. Looks good though to the upside. Set alerts on that thing. I got one. Yeah, set alerts on that thing. That looks good. Punch, empty space. Alright. Alright, let's look at it. The hourly real quick. Yeah, Unity floor. So man, yeah, beautiful setup right there. There's a little box down below you. So watch for a bounce off of 1560 and 1550. Lines up with the 24-hour, and then you can go ahead and it reminds me a little bit of Tesla here. Yeah, this actually looks fucking really great. Oh yeah! Holy shit! Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Look for that $15.92 and $16 recovery. ABO. Cotton Eye Joe. Alright, so coming out of the box today, I see, so that could get you the ball rolling. Now, that channel here is obsolete. It is lobster feet. Okay, so this wick, bottom of that candle here, 1650. Not a super clear chart as I move down into these time frames. Starting to clear up a little bit as to what, there we go. So now we got it, now we know where we're at, why we're moving the way we are. Still not super happy about that. That still doesn't really please me. Let's go right here, right there. Now that's what the fuck I'm talking about. There we go. Send it. No, I'm not just placing that because I like it, but
see some confluences, some points of contact there. So 1650 and 1672.
Two triggers to the upside. Trigger to the downside, 1616, 1615. All right.
Damn.
Interesting 24-hour chart, channel, and then I think kind of, oof. Now that does not look good in terms of upside. Huge wick down. Lots of sellers pulling this under. So I mean, in some senses it is good, because eventually that'll lead to a pop. But it's giving poopy. Yeah, so I mean, this is in a box with giant, massive metric ton of empty space down below. So as I move into the lower time frame, things start to widen a little bit, where we end up with this, a little bit less noise in there. You bounce off the cost basis today or near around that, so 1780, you will hit that floor, and I have a sneak-in suspicion that we will be legging down, and personally, I think the most well-formed area of consolidation is here, which is shit in itself, but 520s would be that target channel target to the downside, 520s. Looks like we might be having to prepare for some downside here, but any sort of jolt against the sellers that are bringing this down from that floor, and I think this downtrend could be broken just like any other one. But yeah, sellers definitely have a strong hold on this at the moment. All right, no more requests, guys. That's it. Dump of the night. I'm fried. Now, I'm sure the first thing someone's going to ask me is, how the f did I just get that channel? I know that sounds crazy. You're going to start to see the same things. When I see things like that, these are context clues. I could be wrong. Most times I'm not. But that's typically why I'll draw a channel. It just pops out. I'm also going to do this. And I'm going to do that. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So currently you are in a box, Wix box. Not a lot of Wix, except for coming off that floor, which is 150, 550. I don't think that's worth or even in need of any sort of explanation there. That's going to give you a leg down. And I'm looking at these previous resistance marks. I have one right here off that wick at 147.80, and then off of this 146. Hourly time frame. Yeah, I mean, again, it doesn't get any. You are, like I said, on a whole lot of other stocks. So it looks like a lot of the market already made a big move, and now they're looking to go sideways. Some of the other market, or some other tickers, are sideways and looking to make a move. So, pretty interesting. All right. Alrighty, folks. Yeah, I like that one up there to move into this box. We've got an empty space.
I think I want my money back.
Good timing, jackass. Looks like you're moving into that first box here to your left. 97.72. floor up above you is 99.62. I personally would be, I want to bounce that. I'm going to put Disney on the watch list. I'm going to put Disney on the watch list. If it punches through there, should move down, and then we'll worry about it then. But I think you're moving just flushing into that. Look, well. Look what we got here. A perfect fucking entry. Very thin veil of resistance above. And an empty space. That looks like a light snack. Oh, you're coming back up. You're coming back up. Probably next week's contracts, if we want to take it anywhere beyond that. But we'll land up hotter boxes. There's a lot of boxes on the way up and all the way down. Yep. So just wait for that one. That one's on the watch list tomorrow. Yeah, the analysis on the Qs is probably going to remain the same. I think I said this last week. Yeah, I did. And then I'm going to just, I think we go sideways. I think we're sideways right now, guys. I'm not looking, at least right now. I could be proven wrong or having to change my analysis here. I do see a channel to the downside, so maybe we get another little leg down here. 473.80 is that floor, empty space underneath you like nobody's business. So maybe we get a channel complete after that. But and I mean, we're due for some retracement for sure. So you got a box underneath you, pure empty space. There has to be an alert set on that thing right there. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, so I'm calling sideways. 1, 2, 1, 2. So leg down tomorrow to 473.82. Maybe a little wickage into that 472, and then maybe a little bit more sideways action. I would love to see a pullback though. I really would. I know probably it might not be agreeable to everybody, but if we did pull back, come back and hit trend, and the box, we could look for that next leg up. So, all right, last one for the night. Is CMG. Did they split finally? They had to. Yeah, they definitely split.
Yes, chef.
All right. Weekly, you're fighting box. Okay, so little channel here down. We'll look at that on a lower time frame, but I do see that you tried to save the floor today after dipping into those lows, bouncing off of the box. So when you bounce, the goal is to recognize what are you recovering. You were able to recover that floor. Diving into the 4 hour, the channel that I'm talking about now becomes clear, and we can see the potential play here now starting to form. We can see the box here up above us, 62.12 and 62.50 trigger, and then the box up above, and the empty space in between the two. So punching through, see a move just like that. That would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, so, and then you could, we're just quite simply, this previous resistance is now our target. And if it breaks, punch back 65.80, we're looking up at the 60s, 68s, and 70s. So, all right. Muy bueno. think that's pretty good. All right. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Hopefully, I can get some shut eye. I could not sleep last night. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep right now. So,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not good. Not good. My eyes feel like they're sinking into my head, but we just keep it pushing.
The things you do.
I thought I was going to go to sleep anyway. You know what I mean? If I don't plan on doing... I'm still I still have to do this shit anyway. So.
I never sleep.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
some
slept
people
fine last night, dude.
people, like,
Take a nap earlier, okay?
Yeah.
I don't go to bed until like most people wake up. So.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
No, it's really not.
It's not. All right,
All right,
folks.
appreciate it, bro.
No problem. You guys have a great night.
Thank
I'll see
you.
you guys tomorrow.
Good
No
night,
problem.
good night.
Thank you so much.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Night, night.
Night, everyone.